Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here today. I have two thrift flips. These are thrifting items that I have found at the Goodwill Bins. So let's get crafting. For project one, I have this wooden tray. This is actually a tray to a Melissa and Doug toy. I see these all the time at the bins, but the parts to it are always missing. So I thought it would be fun to turn this little wooden tray into some cool home decor. So I'm going in with Dixie Belle's Vintage Duck Eggs. This is one of my favorite colors by Dixie Belle. It is a chalk paint, and I'm going to give it 2 coats. On this first coat, I am going to go in and use my Mr. bottle because this wood, I guess, is just really dry. So I'm going to spray the brush and the board, and that's just going to make the paint go on a little smoother. Once the paint is dry, I'm going to go in with this masking tape. This tape is from Walmart, and it comes with 5 different colors, and I actually use it in sewing. I'm teaching myself how to sew, and I use the tape to line up my sewing hem allowance just to keep me on track. But I'm going to go in and I'm creating lines for ticking stripes. And I do make a mistake, and you'll see it in just a minute. And it's right here where I make my mistake. To go in and started painting the stripes, I'm using a cosmetic little sponge from the Dollar Tree. And right here, I'm like, something doesn't look right, but I keep going. And finally, I'm starting to see it like, okay, you made a mistake. You have to fix that. So once I've corrected my mistake, painted over where I painted the white before, and fixed my tape, I'm now going in and painting my stripes. And I'm doing very light coats, and I'm going to do 3 of them. And I am using the cosmetic sponge from the Dollar Tree, and this is Folk Arts chalk paint and cotton white, I do believe. This is one of my favorite parts when I'm pulling back the tape. It is just so satisfying to see the crisp lines. Although I do have one little mistake, and I do go in and fix that. After my stripes are dry, I'm going in with this IOD transfer. It has a little rooster and a chick on it, and I thought it was perfect. It also has some French words, but I really don't know what those mean. So to apply the transfer, I take off the back of the white backing, and then I place the transfer onto the project where I want it to be. And I'm going in with this little plastic stick that comes with every IOD transfer. And you're just going to begin to rub it onto the project. And you're going to just lift up the plastic, and if a one piece doesn't stick, you can place it back down and rub on it and it will stick. Now, I have learned that if you do not let your paint dry completely, and also if you do have any dust on your project, it will not stick. So make sure your project is dry and dust free. Once the transfer is stuck on there, you're just going to take that top part and you're just going to rub it in to varnish it. I'm then going to go in and give it a light sanding around the edges. Now, anytime you use an IOD transfer, you do want to seal the transfer into the project. I am taking some Waverly's antiquing wax, and I have heavily watered it down, and I'm just going to go in and apply that on and immediately wipe back the excess. I'm going to do this in sections because I don't want it to be too dark, but I do want it to look aged. And here's how this project turned out. Let me know in the comments what you think. For project 2, I have a wooden little trinket box. I find these all the time at the bins, and I'm always wanting to make them over, not necessarily to use them for their intended purpose, but to use it as a little box to hold practically anything really. So on this one, I'm going to start by removing that velvet inside. And then I went in and took the hardware off, and I am using my heat gun to loosen up the top. It had like a picture. It seems like it was glued down, so I'm just going to use my heat gun and some Goo Gone and my little scraper here, and we're going to remove that. Once I have everything removed, I'm going to go in with a paint mixture that I created. This is like a bluish color, and to make it, I used Folk Arts chalk paint in blue suede and cotton white. Um, I can't give you the exact measurements because I kind of just pour and mix until I get the color I like. I am going to go in and give this whole entire thing, the top and the bottom, I think I gave it 2 coats. Now, once the paint dried, I did add the top back to it. I am not going to distress this. I want to keep it just the way it is. But I am going to add an IOD transfer with this little bird on it. Actually, it has 2 birds and this little reef around it. I thought it was cute and fitting for this box. Again, with an IOD transfer, you're just going to take the little plastic rubbing stick and rub it onto the project. And once you're done, you pull off the top and just use it to rub and varnish it in. Now to seal this piece, I'm just going in with Dixie Belle's Best Dang Wax and Clear. And here's how this little trinket box turned out. I think it is so cute. It does have a mirror in the inside, which, it could still be used for some of your jewelry. But guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. Well, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think, and I appreciate you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.